What up, kaiju friends and fans? Philly Kaiju King back. Take a quick look at this girl. Got her the other last week. Bought it off Big Bad Toy Store. I just looked. They're still in stock. This is the HIYA Toy Stylist series, Shimo from Godzilla X Kong New Empire. I love the art style of these boxes for these HIYA toys. This one's the best one I like. I like this one the best so far out of the ones I've done. Pretty cool. Alright, we'll move on to the star of the show. The HIYA Toy Stylist series Shimo. Right, y'all, I'm back. Here it is, the HIYA Toy Stylist series Shimo from Godzilla X Kong the New Empire. As I said, I got this from BBTS, and they're $68.99 on there. With shipping and taxes, it was like almost 80. I don't know if that's high for this or not, but I wanted it and decided to grab it, and it's still in stock on there if anyone's interested. Let's measure her up real quick. She's kind of big, kind of impressive size. The length from the tip of the nose to the tip of the tail is 13.5, right at it. High spot here is probably at her head is 6 3/4. That's probably her high spot. Looks like that spike over here is a little higher than her head on her left side. Let's look at that. No, it's about the same, 6 3/4. Her overall width here at the legs and shoulders about 3 inches. So very nicely done Shimo here. Second favorite detailed one I've seen since the Spiral Hall of Fame right over there. That's the Spiral Hall of Fame one. She's top of the line, top notch. This here's pretty detailed in its own right. Shimo, the Ice Queen monster of the monsterverse, under the devious spell of the Scar King. Gets freed of that at the end of the movie in the final fight, which was cool. She kind of became a good guy. You could tell she didn't want to do what he was summoning her to do, but she couldn't resist the temptation. It also came with this like crystal ice formation. I really wasn't sure, but I think her foot's supposed to be in it now that I think about it. Let me get it out of the box real quick. I think her foot is supposed to be on that now that I look at this figure, because she's slightly wobbly. Here it is, right here. We'll put that under her foot, her left front foot. I think that's the reason for that, I'm guessing, maybe. It's a really neat figure, though. I don't know if that's what it is, but I feel like, yeah, that's what it is. It stabilizes her quite a bit there. There we go, see? I knew there was a reason for that, and I just did realize what that little crystal ice formation was. Shimo is a great kaiju design by the monsterverse. I love the design of her, and I love the concept of Scar King. Now I'm hoping we do get a Scar King and a Mothra, and really a Kong and a Suko. I wouldn't mind seeing a Suko, a Kong, and a Mothra. I've got the Godzilla Evolved Stylist series. I just haven't done a video on it yet, but I do have it. So if we could get Scar King, Kong, Mothra, and Suko, we'd have the whole gang here. Suko, they could do, in scale with the Kong, make it about 3.5, 4 inches tall. It wouldn't cost very much. All right, let's take a quick look at her here. Of course, here's that formation. Ice formation I was talking about. Or, yeah, it's definitely ice. It's probably from her. Pretty neat looking. Nice, heavy. It's pretty heavy, but so are the other ones in the line, really. Her tail goes down, curves slightly to the left and back up and upwards to the right. There's the Thagomizer type weapon on the end of her tail. Very nice paint apps on her. Nice blue tinges on the real blue purplish tinges on the back of the spikes on the back. Nice definition and sculpting of the skin on the tail there. Looks good. Up here on the legs. Nice powerful looking legs. Toenails are purplish in color. Nice scales, definition on the legs as well, I thought. That stripe section on the scales that runs up the side of both sides of her body is on here. See the nice scale definition on her body, up on her front legs as well. It's really a nice capture. There's underneath. Got the white tones with some purples, light purples, predominantly white in color. There's her front legs. Eye is pretty much a little blue dot there. Nice crystal horns on the back of her head there, look good. Mouth is roaring wide open. She didn't have very big teeth. It's a pretty good capture of Shimo here, I thought. Glad I grabbed this. I don't know if about 80 bucks. It was almost 80, not quite. It's high for this figure, but I'm glad I grabbed it. Pretty darn cool, I thought. We'll do a comparison right now here, and let's do that now. All right, y'all, here's one of my dinosaurs from my collection. It's basically an Indoraptor. It does not always like to stand. It's real funny about standing, so we'll press him up against her. And also, here is the HIYA Toys Burning Godzilla 2019. That's a Stylist series as well. Stylist series are the stagnant. They don't have any articulation, which I kind of prefer those. All right, everyone, I'll move on to some final thoughts. Let's do that now. All right, y'all. HIYA Toy Stylist series Shimo. This is a pretty cool figure. So glad I ended up grabbing it. I didn't have it pre-ordered, but they obviously must have mass-produced it because I got it nonetheless. I'm glad I grabbed one because I'm definitely happy with it. All right, everybody, I'll close out my video. I want to thank everyone who tunes in. This is Phil the Kaiju King. Y'all have a blessed day. We'll talk again soon.